Or you clicked on this video because you're trying to figure out how I make $40,000 per month the boring way. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking that down so that maybe you can do it or you realize that it truly is boring as a life insurance agent. But if we've not yet met, my name is Johnny Nitafan. I'm a life insurance agent. I've sold over $700,000 of AAP. And I know what you're probably thinking, like, dude, how can I know this is real? Well, there's a little video down in the description. Click that link. It says like how I scaled my life insurance business past 73K in commissions in under 60 days. Click that link. In one of those months, I did 46K. So click that link, shows receipts, shows everything, talks about my story. Go check that out now. But for you guys watching, knowing that it is real, knowing that it is possible, making $40,000 as a 22-year-old, that going all across the country, right? My wife and I have been out of Arizona for about 8 months now. We've been all across the country. We drove all the way out to Charlotte, and we're in the east. We're around the East Coast for about 6 months. We've been in New Mexico for 2 months, hanging out with family here, and we're going back to Arizona here shortly. But the real reason why it really is boring is because, transparently, simple scales, fancy fails, and it's not something that everybody. This is what you need to hear, transparently. Like, this is what I wish I knew, because I thought that it was going to be crazy. It was going to be, to be able to make $40,000, like, life is just going to be insane. And it's going to be like, I got to do all these fancy things. I got to get all this technology. And the reality is, it's just doing the boring work. And what I mean by that is just simple, like head down, focus, 8 to 10 hours per day, dialing the phone, right? And that ultimately has created freedom in my life to be able to travel wherever I want, be able to digital nomad, have location freedom, truly be able to go wherever. Like we're going to New York, right? Here in a little bit, my wife's like, hey, we'd love to go to New York. I'm like, let's do it, because we can have a virtual business. And so I share all this to say, there's a lot of people that talk about how easy it is, how simple it is, and it really is simple, but it isn't easy. And there are so many days you wake up and you just don't want to dial, and it doesn't sound fun. It isn't fun, right? It just simply is pretty boring. Sitting in your phone and listening, like having this headset on all day and just listening to the phone ring consistently over and over and over again, making 100 to 200 dials a day. And like having the system is nice and it's comforting and there's a lot of peace of mind in there, but it's really boring. Like, the people who are successful run boring businesses and do the same thing over and over and over again. Because when you do start making money, when you have something clicks, you don't have to do something new. You don't have to have some shiny object. You don't have to have some interesting or weird things that happen. All you have to do is do the right things over and over and over and over and over again to where it becomes boring. Because a lot of people ask me, how do you do this? There's got to be some secret thing that you are doing. And yeah, I have really good marketing. I have a marketing partner that's fabulous on the marketing side. I am able to sell, right? And these are all skills that are acquired doing a sheer volume. But the reality is, doing it over and over and over and over again is boring, and it does get tedious, and it's just doing the same thing over and over. It's not like exciting to do it. Yeah, it's fun and at times, right? And that's why it's super important. Like, that's why I created the community, because if you truly are doing the right things and you're doing the right things to be able to get to 20,000 a month profit, 30, 40,000 a month, whatever it is for you, you have to be doing the right things consistently over and over and over and over again. And I can't stress it enough. Like, I know the presentation like the back of my hand. That's ultimately why I created the community, so that you can be around like-minded agents that are scaling and are doing the things necessary to succeed, and make it fun, have camaraderie, have leaderboards, have prizes for people who are crushing it, right? That's what we do in the community, is like, we celebrate wins, we celebrate victories, because it's not fancy. It's not like the fancy thing that's going to get you to that spot. It's not going to be a fancy CRM or automations or whatever it is. Like, it's a culmination of a bunch of things that helps be successful and helps me make $40,000 a month as a 22-year-old, right? And so I do want to share, like, it is because God gave me the opportunity and has given me the abilities to learn and understand this stuff. And it's taken courses, coaches, consultants, like people who that I've paid into, that I've invested in myself, that I've paid a ton of money into so that I can have these skills, right? And so once you acquire the skills, once you acquire the knowledge to be able to start making $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 per month, it's just about doing the basics over and over and over again. Like, I cannot stress that enough. I know the script like the back of my hand. If I were to go out and I don't have the script in front of me, it's so ingrained in my head that I know exactly the tonality. I know exactly what objections I'm going to get. I know everything that I'm going to get on a sales call. And so I know how to overcome it, because the reality is, if you are a agent or a business owner in general, and you don't understand the objections that you need to be able to overcome, and you don't understand that to your core, that you can do it inside and out, that you're getting nervous when you get to think about it, when when they say, I need to talk to my partner, it's too expensive. When they're saying these things at the end of the call, you simply are just not prepared. And the reason why it's boring to me is because I know exactly what to say and how to overcome it. It's not stimulating, right? And so the reason why you're not at this spot now, the reason why you're not making the money that you want to make, is because you simply don't know the objections that you need. You simply don't have the discipline so that you can scale. And I know that you're watching this video because you know that there's more in life. You're probably a big dreamer. You probably got big goals. You probably feel like the black sheep in your family. You probably feel like when you're around friends, you feel weird because you're like, dude, I'm just trying to figure out how I can make $10,000 a month, or how I can make $20,000 a month. When your friends are like, dude, I made $5,000, or like, dude, he makes $7,000 a month. Like, I wish I could make that much. You're like, bro, there's so much to life. I want to be making $70,000 per month. And I understand that, because that was me too. And that's why it's so important to surround yourself with people who are going to elevate you to the next level, that are going to help you get to becoming the top producer of your agency. So ultimately you have freedom, right? Because you got into this business because you want freedom. And the reason why I don't even care if the business is boring, because it allows me to do the things that I want. It allows me to have location and time freedom that most people cannot. And the question I have for you is, like, do you have that freedom or not? And another question, a follow-up to that, if the answer is no, is, are you willing to cut your teeth? Are you willing to be disciplined? Are you willing to be the first one on the phone right at 8? Are you willing to do what other people are not? Are you willing to make another dial even after you've been rejected multiple times, even if people haven't answered 150 dials straight? Are you willing to pick up the phone and do the same thing over and over and over and over again? Are you willing to repeat successful actions, even if it's not as stimulating to you? Because I talk to a lot of agents, and here's the truth. I make this video because I want to give you the truth. I want to give you the honesty. I want to give you what it really is like to be at this level, and see if you want it or not. Because if not, it's cool. That means it's more for me and the agents that I'm helping. But like, if you do want to get to this level, you have to count the cost and ask yourself, am I willing to pay the price that it takes to get there? Am I willing to put in the work? Am I willing to go past even when it doesn't feel like I should keep going? Are you willing to push past the pain? Are you willing to endure the hardship? Are you willing to get hit with those chargebacks and still overcome it? Are you willing to master your craft? Are you willing to take that step and really put the line in the sand and take that step to financial freedom and the life that you and your family deserve, that you've been begging and looking for and praying for? And it all comes back to a decision and a commitment to do the things that are scalable, do the things that are of high leverage, because everybody says they want these things. They watch videos just like these. They hop on calls. They listen. They talk to their friends saying, I want to be successful. But then you don't do the actions that are helpful to get there. Because the people who are successful are doing the simple things, are doing the boring things, are doing the fundamentals. The experts and the people who succeed and win do not do the fundamentals. They always do the fundamentals, and they do it better and better and better. And so right now, with where you're at, you're probably not making the money you want to make because you're getting hit with the same objections and you haven't overcome them. And you're also not doing the volume that's required for you to be successful. When I have agents come to me and say, dude, why am I not succeeding? Why am I only making $2,000 a month? Why am I breaking even? Why am I not making what I should be making, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 per month? Why? And I ask them, what's your activity look like? That'll show me if somebody's dedicated and somebody is going to be successful is if they are willing to, one, do the boring work and repeat successful actions. Number two, are they willing to sit on the phone, sit in their office chair like this and dial 300, 400 times a day? Are they willing to do that? Because if they are and they're coachable, they will win. Those are the people that will win and be successful. And so if you have nothing else, if you have no skills, like this is what I did. When I had no skills, when I didn't know how to market, when I didn't understand the game, all I knew is that the more dials I did, the better I'd get over time. When everybody in my team was saying, hey, do 200 dials a week, I was doing 300 dials a day because I wanted to speed up that learning curve. So if you have nothing else, if you know other skills, if you have no other ability to make money and you want to make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 per month, and if you want to have freedom in your life and you don't have the money to invest into somebody else to help you get to that next level, then what I say to you is just put in the work, put in the activity, get around people, maybe find a mentor that would be willing to give you their time for free, right? If I could, I would give all my time away to you guys for free. That's why I make these videos, so that you can start scaling your business to the next level, and so that you can use these videos, take this mindset, take this unbreakable mindset, so you can go out and make $40,000 yourself. So use this, like take what you have, use the limited resources you have. If you have to use a credit card, if you have to use, take a loan, whatever you have to do so that you can advance in the game, do it. That's just my advice. Like that's what I did. And I'm not saying it was good or bad. I'm just saying that's what I did because I didn't have a ton of money and I wanted to be able to invest. And I remember the first time I invested $2,500, it was scary. And like I had to put it on a credit card and I was like, oh my gosh. But it lights a fire under your butt saying, I am going to work and work and work. Because when you have a dream and you pay money towards it so you can get there faster, or you can guarantee that you're able to get there, there's something inside that cements that dream and to be able to help make it a reality. And it actually helps get you one step closer to your goal. And that's the goal, right? There's no shiny objects. There's no magical like things, but there are things that will help you get closer to where you want to be. And at the end of the day, it just comes down to doing the things that you know you need to do. Are you making 300 dials a day? Are you making your 5 presentations, 10 presentations a day? Are you making 3 to 5 sales a day? Like those kind of things are out of your control, but the presentations and dials are for sure in your control, and you can control your lead flow. And so if you don't have the money right now, or if you do, then invest. That's what I help agents with now, is so that they can go to the next level, because I help people typically that come to me and they're like, dude, I need to figure out my lead source and I want to generate my leads and I want to be making at least $10,000 a month. I'm like, dude, I've helped tons of people do that. If you don't check that link in the description where it shows, I've helped people, a ton of people. I've helped Max, Gonzalo, Chase, Brooke. I've helped Devin make his first few sales, right? In 2 days, and came to me with no sales experience. Now he's making 2 sales a day. He did it twice now. And so helped Austin go from 8 to 20, right? Helped Max go from spending $950 on ads in 5 days and go and hit 19.1K in 5 days. And so he didn't do anything special. I don't do anything special. All I do is just pick up the phone and dial and do successful action. So the moral of the story, and the reason I make this video, is because it's a reminder that if you want to get to 20,000, 40,000, 50,000, just dumb it down to revenue generating activities. Do an audit of yourself. Do an audit of your time. Like, the reason why you're not making the money that you want to make, because you're spending it on the wrong things. So use it to be able to leverage, hire, and get better opportunities. So I share also that to say, stay consistent, keep going. The winners, the people who stay in this business, are consistent. They do the things necessary, even if they're boring, even if they don't seem fun, even if it's making 300 dials a day is not fun. You got to scale the unscalable. To learn the skill, to truly master the art of selling insurance, to truly master the art of selling life insurance over the phone, you have to become a master, and you have to be doing consistent activities over and over and over and over again. So I want to see you win. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you making $40,000 a month too. And that's why I make these videos, so that you can start scaling yourself. You can take this information, apply it, and so you can be successful, because this business was hard. This business, going $15,000 in debt to making $20,000 in a 3-week time span, paying all that off. That wasn't easy, but it took 9 months before that to learn the skill and master the skill of sales. So once I added marketing to it, I was able to scale to the moon. And I know you can do the same thing. So you know where to find me. If you want to start scaling today, click the link below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.